Alright guys, as you can probably tell by the title of the video, it is a very sad day for YouTubers and regular people all around. It was actually announced today um, that The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed indefinitely. This comes not as a shock to many people with the pandemic that is currently surrounding the globe. Neil Druckmann says it's extremely sad to deliver this news to y'all. Ultimately, situation's out of control. We hope you understand. Stay safe out there. Heart emoji. So this was the message that they sent out, and it says, as you've likely just seen, this is referring to the Sony Interactive Entertainment. They actually put out a tweet that said the launch will be out indefinitely. Naughty Dog sent a message that said, as you've likely just seen, the release of The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed. We're sure this news is just as disappointing to you as it is to us. We want to reach out to all of you in our community to give a little more information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us Part 2. We're in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we were faced with the reality that due to the logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us Part 2 to our satisfaction. This is probably mainly due to the fact that they are not all working together in one studio. If you don't know, a bunch of different game companies are actually um, telling their people to go home and that they need to start working from home. So when you're not interacting face to face, it becomes a little bit more difficult. I know nowadays we have like Discord and we have Skype and this, that, and the other, but it's a lot easier to communicate face to face and ask and have somebody do something hands-on compared to just talking with someone over Discord or Skype or FaceTime, and not having that hands-on or not having that extra pair of hands to help out. So it's completely understandable that they're not satisfied because they're not all together in the same room like they normally would be. um, we want to make sure everyone gets to play The Last of Us Part 2 around the same time, ensuring that we are doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such a time where we can solve these logistic issues. So they're basically saying here that they are not going to put out a release date until they can get back together and solve all of the final bug issues and stuff. But on top of that, they also are going to wait until after this pandemic is over to release the game so that everybody can play it at the same time. They continue, we were bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood it's what's best and fair to all of our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share. That probably won't be until after the pandemic. We wish you all, your families, your friends, best of health. Thank you for being amazing fans and your continued support. Stay safe. 90 Dog. So, there are a litany of questions and release dates that this could potentially mean, things that this could mean, but the ultimate answer is just right here, just what they said. Is that there is no answer. We have to wait for the pandemic to be over. There is the possibility that it could become a PlayStation 5 launch title. However, I think they were already thinking of doing that. In case, you didn't get it on the PS4, now it's a PS5 launch title that you can buy it with. So I think they were already planning on doing that. I don't think they plan to push it as far back as December. There were talks of pushing it back to the summer, but you have to remember Sony does not like its games competing with each other. So even if they were to push it back to the summer, there's an issue there in June with Ghost of Tsushima where they would have to delay its release back to probably October, the month before they decide to release the PlayStation 5. And I know it says holiday 2020, but they've got to get it out and in production into the markets for Christmas time. So I don't think they'll do it the month of December. I think it'll be at the end of November when they do the release date, if that's still their plan and they're not going to delay, which they said that they're not going to delay. So if that's the case, um, this will be the second time it's been delayed. Originally, it was supposed to come out February 21st or 22nd or 20th, something like that. It was one of the 20s. It was supposed to come out in February. Then it was delayed to May, and now it's been delayed indefinitely. This gives them the opportunity to work on final bugs and whatnot. Um, this gives them the opportunity to finalize and finish the game. Now, as far as other delays go, Ghost of Tsushima, there hasn't been anything updated with their delay. I am hoping that when it comes to it with this pandemic, I'm hoping that uh, The Last of Us 2 is pushed back behind Ghost of Tsushima. That way, players can still play Ghost of Tsushima, and then they can play Last of Us Part 2. And as you guys know, if you've been listening to my channel, there's one other game that I haven't mentioned that I'm excited to play this year, and that's Cyberpunk 2077. And we don't have any news so far that it has been delayed. They've stated on Twitter that they've moved their offices to home and that they are still planning on releasing the game on time. So that will be in September, but we have no idea how long this pandemic will go for. So until it's over and Naughty Dog feels like the game is finished, we won't have a release date at all. So it is what it is. I'm hoping that they don't push back Ghost of Tsushima, because video games are really the only thing that is bringing people together right now, because they can't go outside. So what do? You play a video game, get on a match, of COD or Siege or what have you, pick your choice of multiplayer game and get together and play games. And it's sad to see that these companies are delaying their games, because now is the time to be putting out games, because everybody has the time to play them. But that'll be all for this time. Thank you guys for watching. On a side note, as far as content for this channel goes, there should be at least about one podcast coming up a month. I currently do not have any plans to record anything else. I guess now until Ghost of Tsushima, which doesn't come out till June. So until then, gameplay wise, there probably won't be anything on my channel, unless, well, we still have E3 that'll come up, but Let's Play wise, there will be nothing on this channel until E3 with game trailers and whatnot. With E3, I personally won't be streaming E3. Well, E3, quote unquote, and by that I mean the online streaming, whatever they're doing. I won't be streaming those, but I certainly will be taking the trailers and I will be posting them on my channel for everyone to enjoy. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.